In a quaint little town, there lived a boy named Arjun, a boy full of dreams, and at the center of his universe was a girl named Priya. Arjun had been in love with Priya for as long as he could remember. Every moment spent with her filled his heart with joy and a deep longing to always be by her side. They had known each other since childhood, and their bond grew stronger as they matured. It seemed to him that nothing could break their connection, but then something changed. Priya began to drift away. She stopped responding to Arjun's messages, canceled their meetings, and started to act distant. Arjun was confused and hurt. He didn't know what had gone wrong. He loved her so much, and he was willing to do anything to make things right. But Priya wasn't the same. Priya sits with her parents, who look stern. Priya, looking conflicted, listens to them. Meanwhile, Arjun is standing outside, holding a phone, staring at a missed call from Priya with a worried look on his face. One day, Arjun found out the truth. Priya had not changed because of something he had done. She was being pressured by her parents. They believed that Arjun was not the right match for her. Her parents had already chosen someone else for her future, someone from their caste and higher status. Priya was torn between the love of her life and the duty to her parents. She chose her parents. Arjun sits in his darkened room, staring at the ceiling with a broken heart. His phone is lying next to him with a message from Priya saying, "I can't be with you." It's over. Tears are falling from his eyes as he looks devastated and lost. Arjun was shattered. He couldn't understand why love wasn't enough. He had always been there for her, supporting her through everything, and now she had left him because of something beyond their control. The emptiness inside him grew, and he felt like his whole world had collapsed. Days turned into weeks, and Arjun withdrew from everyone. The spark that once lit his eyes was gone. A divine vision of Lord Krishna, surrounded by a glowing aura of golden light, appears before Arjun as he sits near a riverbank at dusk. Krishna holds his flute, smiling gently, while Arjun looks at him in awe. One evening, while sitting near the riverbank, Arjun was lost in his thoughts when a gentle voice called out to him. He looked up and couldn't believe his eyes. Standing before him was none other than Lord Krishna, the divine god of love, wisdom, and guidance. His presence filled the air with calm and peace. Krishna smiled softly and said, "Why do you cry, Arjun? Why do you grieve for someone who has chosen to walk a different path?" Krishna sits down beside Arjun, still radiating divine light. He speaks with his hands open, a gesture of wisdom and compassion, while Arjun listens intently, his face reflecting a mixture of sorrow and realization. Arjun, still in shock, responded, "I loved her with all my heart, but she left me. I don't know how to move on, Lord. My heart is broken, and I feel lost." Krishna's eyes sparkled with understanding. Love is a powerful force, Arjun. But remember, true love does not bind or beg. When someone chooses to leave, it is not your duty to hold them back. You must never beg for love that is begged for is not true. If Priya's path is different, let her walk it. You have your own journey to follow. Arjun listened carefully. Krishna continued, "Pain and heartbreak are part of life, but they are also opportunities for growth. You are not defined by this moment. The love you gave was pure, but now it is time for you to direct that love towards yourself and the world around you." Arjun stands tall in the early morning light, gazing at the horizon. The sky is filled with hues of orange and gold as the sun rises, symbolizing a new beginning. He looks determined, with a soft smile on his face, ready to face the future. Krishna's words resonated deep within Arjun's soul. For the first time in weeks, he felt a sense of peace. The pain was still there, but wasn't as consuming. He realized that life was much bigger than this moment of sorrow, and he had a future ahead of him filled with potential and purpose. With a renewed sense of strength, Arjun stood up. He wasn't going to let this heartbreak define him. He would follow the path. Krishna had shown him a path of self-love, growth, and acceptance. He understood now that true love doesn't demand or cling. It flows freely, and if it's meant to be, it will return on its own. Arjun walks along a peaceful forest path, surrounded by lush greenery, birds, and a radiant sun shining through the trees. He carries a backpack, looking determined yet serene as he walks toward his new journey. Arjun decided to embrace the journey ahead. He knew it wouldn't be easy, but with Krishna's guidance and the wisdom he had gained, he was ready to face whatever came his way. No longer would he beg for someone to stay. Instead, He would walk his own path, filled with love for himself and the world around him. As he ventured into the unknown, Arjun felt a sense of liberation. He was no longer bound by the chains of a broken heart. Instead, he was free to explore, free to grow, and free to love again in a way that was true and unburdened. And thus Arjun began his new journey, a journey not defined by loss, but by hope, wisdom, and the endless possibilities of life. Morale of the story: never beg someone to stay in your life. True love doesn't bind or control, it allows freedom and growth. Sometimes, the people we love must walk away so that we can grow into who we are meant to be. Trust in your journey and never lose faith in yourself.